midfield. Huge crease, untouched, 10, 5, touchdown!
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Wednesday night of the 10-5 Touchdown Tigers talk show hosted by your man Julio Hennessy. Here to have a great night, man. I want to say thank you to all our returning viewers and potentially some new viewers this evening. I want to say happy hump day, and you know what goes down. Want to get down. Want to let you know if you want to know anything and everything about the Carolina Tigers, you go right there to the Carolina Tigers football.org. You can go there and you can find out everything you need. If you want to know about the Tigers, you go to Carolina Tigers football.org. Cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah. You can find out how to be a player, a sponsor, volunteer, a coach, be a Tiger. It's just a dance team the Tigers have out there to dance to get the spirit of the evening. Yeah. So you can do all the things you want to do. Go right there to the Carolina Tigers football.org and check it out, man. I'll let y'all know, man. So without further ado, I don't like holding up time. I'm about to bring my brother on stage. You know how we do. My man, my bro, Cameron. What's going on, Cameron?
I tell you what, guys. I tell you what. He said some stuff in the backstage, and he come on here and he started doing the voices. Man, that's how you know this episode gonna be wild. That's how you know. You guys are in for a crazy ride this time. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna need some coffee for this one. I'll tell you what. That's what you're gonna need. I know that for certain. I'm gonna button up, guys. Oh my lord.
Yeah, Cam got to put his top button on. It's gonna get real tight here, Mean Gene.
Anyway, how was your week, Julio? How was your week?
It's going good, bro. I can't complain, bro. I can't complain. Everything going great. Thankful for life. Thankful for being alive, brother. As I like to say, man, and my grandma say back then, you didn't wake up dead, did you? So be thankful for the day, man. Be thankful and go out there and make the best of it and keep on pushing. So yeah, I'm grateful, brother. How about you, man?
Yeah, my week's been going pretty good so far. There's been a lot of interesting things going on here. I'm getting ready for the 4th of July. Have some friends are trying to do a party, and they're created me to help them out and move some stuff and help them with cooking. So I've been kind of doing that this week, and getting ready for that.
Cam's getting ready to party. Oh yeah.
I can tell you what, that's a rare occurrence. I'll let you know. I'm not the partying kind of guy, so when it happens,
Cam is very mild mannered.
Yes, I have to be on this show. Yeah, I surely.
I hate to see Cam on a couple of Jaeger bombs and see him turn up. Oh yeah.
We'll give you off this show. Where's my guest? Get the guest on here. Don't leave me alone with this guy. Don't leave me alone with this guy right now. Ain't no way.
Yeah. If you haven't watched the show, me and Cam over the season has developed our own little back and forth. And I guess tonight he's totally thrown off by the Julio man. Randy Savage.
That's it. Listen, this is a new one for me. Like I said, how long have you been doing this show now? It was 8 months now. That's a new one for me. The red. Okay. All
Randy
right.
Savage.
Yeah. I don't know where this one came from. What the inspiration for this one was.
I don't know, man. I've just been watching a lot of people imitate Macho Man, and I know that, you know, when I get in the mood, I can do a pretty good Macho Man myself. And that was one of my favorite wrestlers. Kind of was Macho Man Randy Savage, and I used to love watching the Ultimate Warrior and Coco Beware. That was the wrestling I was used to when they put out Dusty Rhodes Eyeball on TV that Saturday morning. That's the wrestling I'm used to. So yeah, I'm old school. They used to cut the foreheads, bleed for real. Yeah, man, that's what I grew up on, man. So yeah, it's been watching a lot of Macho Man Randy Savage videos, and it just spilled over to the moment.
It spilled over. Yeah, I tell you,
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not bad.
yeah.
I tell you, it's not bad.
So today's episode, y'all, we have another special guest, man. Without further ado, I'm not gonna waste no time. I want to bring up one of the key elements to the Tigers, success and coming around and the helping the team. We want to bring to the stage the awesome Coach JB. What's going on there, Coach JB? Yeah.
Now you gotta deal with this too.
How's it going, Julio? What's going on, Cam?
It's going good, man. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself? I'm just sitting here relaxing.
Okay. I'm gonna get you out the relaxation in a minute. You sitting there like Kendrick Perkins on Sports Center. You just laid back. Big Perk.
Oh man.
So that's the vibe right there. That's what I'm saying.
The Kendrick Perk, you be chill till you say something to make him mad. That will Perk turn up. So we're gonna see. JB gonna be like Perk. Gonna turn up in the music. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Poke the beer in the camera right there. Oh yeah. So, Coach, for those who don't know who you are, would you mind letting the world know who you are, what you do for the Tigers, and just give us a little quick overview of who Coach JB is?
Okay, Coach JB, I'm the wide receivers coach for the Carolina Tigers. Who JB is it just as it says, Coach JB. I've been coaching football since 1996. So football, I love the game of football and I love the coaches. So that's me.
Hey, Coach, if people ever ask, what gives you what when they say, well, why he think he a wide receiver coach? Tell them a little bit why people should know why you a wide receiver coach, JB. This is because I know why you're a wide receiver coach. I pay homage, but go on, let people know, what I'm saying, why you a wide receiver coach, JB.
Okay, so I'm a wide receiver coach because I played wide receiver in high school. I played wide receiver for semi-pro. And for the 8-man tackle football team in the military, I also played wide receiver. So that's just wide receiver is my niche. I know a lot about it, the ins and the outs and everything. So I feel like I am a credible coach when it comes to being to receivers.
Credible. Well, he all modest. He gonna make me hype him up. Hype him up. Let me tell you something.
You heard the pedigree though, right?
Hey,
you heard it.
The story of JB when I was coming up as a yellow jacket was phenomenal. JB was one of the county's tops, rated top in the state. You know what I'm saying? Then when he started playing for the Bandits, boy, the Bandits won some rings, and boy, couldn't nobody touch JB on the Bandits. Boy, they used to. He had that he had that bandana on that helmet. Boy, it looked like what's that movie? What is Untouchables? What it is with like Orlando Brown up on that bad boy. He was JB was a catching, and boy, he had feet. Before Ocho Cinco, it was Ocho JB. Okay, before there was Ocho Cinco, it was Ocho Coach JB. Coach JB had footwork. Okay, I'm letting y'all know. I remember as a young whippersnapper, when I was coming up watching, play ball. When I got older, he came to high school and coached a lot of our receivers in high school. So coach was always around. I had around me when I was in high school, before I went to school and everything. But man, when I watched him, when I thought I was grown and watched him on them Bandits, boy, the rap, JB make you shoot one time. That's all I'm gonna say. So he incredible, man, incredible, sir. Just don't say incredible. Yeah, that's what I had to put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta give you flowers, coach, man. Like you ain't no scrub, dog. Yeah, come on, dog.
So from what I'm hearing, though, it seems like you've been in through a whole bunch of different kinds of football programs, kinds of football, right? You said you were playing from high school, from semi-pro into even in the military. They were playing football still in there too.
Yes, sir. They had a post team when I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington, which it was like 8-man football, and I played receiver there.
Oh,
8-man?
8-man.
Yes. Just like arena, you got 8 men in arena football. It's 8 men outside, but it's 100 yards. Where in arena it's just 50.
50. Boy, y'all 8 men covering 100. Y'all playing some. But that's some hard football right there. Put the man out if you want to.
Oh yeah.
Out on the JB.
Yeah.
Sail along.
Yes.
He was taking on a fantastic boys, boy. Come along and ride on the.
That just got me thinking about how many different kinds of football there is, right? But now I gotta wonder, how you go from all that and you end up into women's football, right? Was it just Coach John, Little John asked you about it, or how'd you end up here?
I seen Coach at the Corey Holt football camp that he has every year in June, year 4 last, and he had a couple of his players. I think Blue came out there with him, and this camp is for all the kids in the community, which I also coach kids football as well. And after the end of the camp, he asked me if I would coach wide receivers. He said, I need a good wide receivers coach if you're interested. I was like, okay. So I kind of like blew it off. But then after I got to the house, I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, women's football. I've coached girls basketball before. So I don't think it'd be too much hard to coach women's football as opposed to girls basketball. So I thought about it for a little bit and decided I was going to come out there and see how it went.
Okay, so you already had been in women's sports before that. Then you'd already been coaching it before.
Yes, sir. I was actually a teacher at Asheboro High School from 2014 to 2017, and I coached JV girls basketball.
Blue Comets.
So I have a little bit of experience coaching girls. So it ain't that really much of a difference between the teenagers and the grown women because they listen, and if they're into your system, they'll run through a wall for you.
I was going to ask, since you've been coaching for this long and through all these different systems, what's the difference you found between women's sports and men's sports when it comes to coaching?
And this is no knock to the men, but the difference is women will listen. That whatever you tell them to do, they're going to do it. Men, on the other hand, they know more than you. They done been to the mountaintop when they haven't really been anywhere, and they tend not to want to believe what you're saying. That's just my experience.
Hey, Coach. What up, Paul? Good evening, you too, brother. Coach, I gotta say, man, it's the truth. I really had to say that you ain't lying. I can even say myself, as a high school, college, semi-pro, and a little bit of arena, we tend to, when someone's trying to teach us or say something, switch up something, we like, I don't want to hear that. I've been doing it this way for how long? But your way still got you here, when a different way could have got you there. But when it comes to the ladies, I will say, for example, the last game was up there at playing the Stars. One of the linemen was substitute in, not play line. And I saw her having a problem on the O-line. She's talking about they getting up in me. I said, hey, listen, I'm gonna teach you a secret. It ain't illegal, but it's rough. You grab them shoulder pads and you push them shoulder pads up under that chin strap. And I'm telling you, drive the 18-wheeler's gonna go where you want it to go. And man, that next series, I saw her get up on them shoulder pads and turn that thing on corner. I said, what I tell you talking about? You was right, Coach. I ain't no coach, I'm a talk show man, but the point is, I gave a little instruction of my experience of being a lineman my whole career from high school, college, center, fullback. I gave my experience of what I know was right, and immediately it was utilized. It wasn't utilized 3 plays later. It wasn't utilized in the third quarter. The next series, when she went out there to play her position, she drove somebody like an 18-wheeler. The very next series. And I said, boy, if it was that easy to get through some of these knuckleheads, but yeah, I have to agree, Coach. The women are very receptive. They want to learn. They want to learn. Like I said, then if you encourage them and they believe and that you mean well, they will go through a wall for you. They will actually seriously drive through a wall. And I've watched it. I've seen it. And man, that's when you turn up then, bro.
Look, I don't blame him for it. The way you be walking around the field that day, and he's moving, he's talking to people. I don't blame him for mistaking you for a coach. I tell you what, that's how Julio be moving on the field, on the sidelines. He make sure everybody. He said, keep back on line, stay out of the box, coach, stay out of the box. I'm like, hey, he's moving. I'm like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, about close I've been to the field in many years, boy. I hung my shoulder pads up when I hit 33. I said, I'm done. that last little hamstring thing that took me 2-3 weeks to recover from. I said, yeah, I'm done with it. I can't go to work in the morning. Y'all can have this. I'm good. I done had my field. I sold my helmet. I sold my shoulder pads. I sold everything I had, JP, but I kept my jerseys. That's all I kept, dog. They're still out there in the garage in one of my seated chests. All my jerseys. When Thomasville Titans, when I played with Carolina Tigers, we was the Carolina Tigers at one time for the semi-pro team in Thomasville too. You know what I'm saying? So it's hilarious how that name has came back around and being around it. But I mean, bro, just them ladies is something else, man. If any person in here had the opportunity to go experience or try to help or be around women's tackle football, I suggest you take a chance and do it.
Yes, definitely.
Especially if you love teaching the game of football, if you love sharing a knowledge, and you feel like you have something to give somebody to make them better, try women's tackle football. Try going to coach. Sometimes you can't be cussing and hollering like you do the dudes. They'll look different now. Some of them don't mind. Some of them a little like, why you cussing at me? If you can learn how to take some of that testosterone out but still be direct, man, the results, you're gonna be happy. And it's gonna be more rewarding for you because you be like, all these years I've been giving out knowledge and I just spit out one thing. And the next series, ta-da! Like, man.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Man.
It kind of reminds me. So I don't know if I'll give an example here of something this conversation remind me of. There's I don't know if you know in dog training, there's a specific system they measure certain dogs for more intelligence, right? So for people it's like you have all these different intelligences and stuff, right? But for dogs it's very simple. How intelligent a dog is when you tell the dog something and then they listen to you and they act on it, right? That's how you measure when a dog is intelligent, right? Sometimes I wonder maybe we should think that way about people too. Maybe, I think it'd make things a lot more simple if we could say that's what makes a person intelligent. So,
boy,
take it as you will.
Hey, a lot of our kids would be stupid because no matter our kids listen to what we tell them to do, and they do it exactly. It reminds me of that episode, Theo. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. No wonder you make D's and F's.
Look. Oh man.
Personally,
No, I understand you coming from, but yes, when it comes to football intelligence, when you got somebody giving you skills and knowledge to get you better at your skill set, and you be doing this for a period of time, and I know some coaches. I mean, I remember from high school to college and semi-pro, some of y'all be coaching these men for 6-7 years, and they ain't getting it. They just ain't. Then one day,
Facts.
it's like one day,
Mm.
a darn shooting star come out and they do what you said and they successful. They like, ooh, why didn't you tell me that, coach? I've been telling your black for 7 years do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to me late, I'm telling you, bro, it was like I would, if I had the time, I would help coach because it was amazing. They said, how do I get this person off me? What I'm supposed to do? They're getting on me. How I get them? I said, do this right here. And boy, they went back out next play and did it. I said, boy, this too easy. This too
Yes,
easy.
exactly.
So listen, some people are gonna do the same thing over and over again, and they're gonna think it's gonna change, but it's not.
Bro,
Like
that's insanity.
so,
That's the true
yeah.
definition of insanity. You think you're gonna do the same thing and expect something to change, get different results. It's basically insane. But yeah, so yeah, let's move on because I'll talk about that. That was my highlight of the game when I gave that tidbit of instruction and I saw it applied and it was successful. Man, it was I was smiling ear to ear, coach. I ain't know I guess I became a coach in that moment. I became.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. So, did you coach last year, the first season with the Tigers?
I did not. I didn't even know anything about them having a team that the previous year.
I see.
If Coach Littlejohn hadn't came to Corey Holt's camp, then I still wouldn't have knew anything about the Carolina Tigers.
So you came on exactly their season. You were full in, right?
Yes, sir.
And so then let me ask you this, how do you feel about, the growth of Tigers from at least the beginning of this season to now? What are your overall thoughts too over the season that we've played?
Okay, overall, I think we did very well from the first time of me coming out there in workouts up until the last game. I seen tremendous growth for everybody, not just the newcomers, the rookies per se. I seen growth from the veterans. Offensively, I seen the growth. Defensively, I seen the growth. And as long as you are growing from start to finish, then that means you are progressing. So it can only get better from here.
I definitely agree. It's been spectacular just getting to know all the players and being able to see them, move in that direction. So moving forward, what are some things that you think you'd like to see more growth in, or what are some directions that you think you'd like to see the team take it in coming into the next season?
Okay, I'll say offensively, excuse me. I mean, I'm a wide receiver, so I want to see all my receivers get in the end zone. I want to see all my receivers touch that ball, catching it 2 to 3 times a game. If we can do that and sustain a stable running game, offensively, we will be hard to stop. Defensively, it's just read and reaction. You got to sell out, understand your responsibilities, understand where you're supposed to be, pursue the ball, and lay the wood to them. And stop them from scoring.
And I will say this: that last part, lay the wood, we had some carpenters out there this year. Last year was some great overall. I mean, when I say that aspect, the growth of seeing when I say everybody played well on offense and defense. And in each side of the ball, you're going to have people that actually have a look that stand out amongst the group. Okay, that's just what it is in every sport. You know what I'm saying? What it is. But to see the number of standouts on defense from last year, oh my God. When I say if the injury bug didn't hit the Tigers this year,
right,
man.
Right.
When I tell you, and I can say this for a fact, and we're gonna talk about it in a minute. If the injury bug didn't hit the Tigers this year, there's no way it. I'm just saying that for both sides of the ball, from the O line, you missing a lot of key blockers on the O line, the pancake queen, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like also when it came to some of our running back positions, you know what I'm saying? Our quarterback did get slightly injured as well. Some of our receivers got put out of place. If the injury bug had not hit the Tigers, and I'm gonna say this, Tigers, don't get mad. Just being honest, this is where it's transparency. Even with the injuries, some of our numbers failed after they tasted the first taste of a loss or two losses. I think the team, I think in that moment, being transparent, the people lost the belief in that we got this. You're gonna take a loss sometimes. Even champions, it takes a loss throughout the season. It don't mean that you still not gonna achieve it. But that's when you figure out who was all in, no matter what, who's still coming in, who's still giving it all. But the Tigers, man, when it comes to, like when you say that lay in the wood, defense is out there smacking, cracking helmets, dog. And offense too. Offense has some good blocks, has some good lead blocks from the O-line, from the wide receivers coming down the field, open the hole and then our quarterback, man, that quarterback, good God Almighty. I saw Jada do some Marshawn Lynch stuff so many times, but I said, good God. You feel me? Yeah, so I can just say, man, it's crazy. And I hope that every Tiger, evaluates this season, see how much greatness was out there, and come back to be even greater as a unit next year.
Right. I agree with that 100%.
That kind of leads to a question I was actually kind of curious about. I was thinking about it during the season, how do you kind of encourage people to ride that line between, obviously you want everyone to give it their all, and this is clearly a very contact heavy sport, but how do you balance that side of giving effort, but also trying to avoid getting injuries, right? Because, obviously the more injuries you get, you can't really play too much anymore, so how exactly, are you able to ride that line, both as a player and encouraging them as a coach, right? Like, what are some things that you think you could do to try to avoid getting so many injuries next season?
Well, of course, in the off season, I mean, of course, you need to lift weights, stuff like that. Stay in the gym, stay in shape. However, during the season, when you're playing a game, it's really no way you can prevent from getting injured, because if you're going 100% on a play, you can get injured just as well as going half speed trying not to get injured. I call that playing scared. So if you're gonna play scared, you can get injured. So if you go 100%, you also can get injured. So the best thing to do is just go 100% and make sure you're using proper technique when you're blocking, or using proper technique whenever you're catching the football, and when it comes time to get tackled. If you see 2 or 3 people trying to tackle you, go on to take that hit and go down and live for the next play. Don't try to get extra yards, because normally when you try to get those extra yards and you got 2 or 3 people hitting you, that's when the injuries is gonna come.
Yeah, somebody coming in dirty. Somebody coming in dirty. And I want y'all know, don't think these women don't play dirty football. I watched it on his last game. I saw it. I don't care if you hit stars. Some of y'all was doing some dirty business out there, and I seen it. And then you get mad with somebody did dirty back to you, but it was a clean game. I'm not gonna say I don't want to have no beef out here. You feel me? But women just dirty like men in the football, and it's crazy. Don't think because they women, they don't know how to go out there and say rock out, dog. It's surprising. All right, we're gonna take a quick time, man. I want to do our sponsors real quick, man. Hold on. Let me get to my sponsor page right here, and let me go and pull it on up. Welcome to the halftime show with the 10-5 Touchdown Tigers. We are proud to talk about all our sponsors and partners for this season, and thank you so much. Going to do a quick overview. The Eatery, right there in Lexington, great restaurant. Everything Euro, they do all European cars at Winston-Salem. Sadler Sports, Recreation Insurance, kind of like Aflac. Go get protected today. Courtyard at Haynes Mall in Winston-Salem, man. Thank you, Marriott. If you want a good room rate, tell them you're here for the Tigers rate, you go and get it. ABR Acupuncture, they put on the incense and needles to make you feel better. Karen and Hart is home care and transportation. TB Farms Stokes, North Carolina, is a player sponsor. Savage D1 made the uniforms, make us look good. the AFA, the American Football Alliance Association, thank you so much. Review Media, get a new view when you holler at Review. Stock and Construction, got a new something building up coming up. Holler at Stock and Construction for your build. Carolina Vision made a great videos, great edits. Thank you, Carolina Vision, for your work this season. Award Decals is that dope decal you see on the side of the helmet. Second and Main is our first down sponsor. Every first down is brought to you by Second and Main. Also, the Moms on Main is a great helping organization that helps all those in need. Also, Jag Handyman Services. If you don't feel like doing it, Jag can get it done. And last but not least, Catch the Funny, the man behind the laughs. Thank y'all so much, all our partners and sponsors for this season. All right. So we're going to rewind this real quick. Y'all want to give a shout out to some of our team. And when Coach said, lay in the wood, we got some special players that took care of the business and represented that monologue to heart. Okay, we're going to pull this up. The 2006 sacks leaders was Brittany Williams, Sunshine, right from the Tigers, had 15.5 sacks on the season.
Ooh.
Now, not only was she was also, from what I read, was ranked number 1 in the nation with 15.5 sacks off this season. So go Brittany Sunshine. When I say, man, don't let the sunshine fool you, boy, she had a smile on her face.
Yeah.
She just showed knock some dirt on your
Look at
back. Okay.
She's leading by 4.
Yeah.
Second most. That's great.
Definitely. I mean, you talking about 15.5 sacks in 7 games. You do the math.
Ooh.
You do the math. You do the math with that, and you do the math. All right. Next up, we got our leaders and tackles. Man, we got 2 great leaders on our tackle team. Coming in number 6, Raven Venus had 70 combos, 53 solo tackles, and 3 tackles for a loss. Ravens ranked number 6 in the nation with that ranking right there. Then right down number 8, Brittany coming in, man. Sunshine again. Sunshine got 66 combos, 49 solos, and 14 tackles for a loss, man. I mean, you talking about some 2, and the rest of the defense wasn't no slouches. These ones just they shine. They shine because the players around them were doing so much damage. It allowed them to get free. So I don't want any Tiger to feel like every Tiger on that defense is the reason why they got to do what they did, because y'all made it easy for them. You helped them doing your job, filling in A gap, filling in B gap. Y'all had tackles too. Y'all stopped them too. You know what I'm saying? But from all y'all work as a team, some of your other players got to have a little more shine. But all y'all did exceptionally well as a defense, especially from watching the growth from defense from last year. Tremendous growth on defense. And I'm so proud of all the Tigers. And I just want to take time to shout it out, let you know what they did, man. So when you think about it, and also give a special shout out to a Raven as well. She represents the Tigers and playing overseas in the international game. She'll be going to Berlin or somewhere in Germany to represent the Tigers across seas as they play the International Bowl. So that just lets you know the type of talent that's on this Tigers football team. Not only be recognized within this league, within this country, but to be able to go and represent this team internationally and put that Tiger helmet on and be seen over there in Germany. So shout out to our Tigers offense and defense, and just say congratulations to all y'all accomplishments. And please remember one goal, man. The goal is to continue to grow together. If y'all keep working together, the goal of that ring is coming. You're going to take some bumps, you'll take some bruises, but you got to keep working together. So that's it I got to say right there. Back to you, Cam.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I wish them good luck too on the international one. I know that people in Germany can be pretty big, so That's going to be some interesting games, I think. That's for sure. I heard they I don't know if I want to be trying to play football against those guys. I'll be real. I'll be real.
A lot of beer and brats. A lot
Yeah.
of lot a lot of weight. Oh yeah. Little beer and bratwurst over there. Tell you what, JB.
Oh boy.
Smoke in the morning. Yeah. But you said it, Cam. I was trying to be good. You got me started up. You encouraged it. Coach JB, talked about what got you here. Talked about your background. We talked about what you want to see for the growth. We talked about what you saw was good in the program. What can Coach JB do within Coach to help the Tigers next year in your own personal ways? Or did you realize some things this year that you might want to do different, or you might want to do more of as you saw because your first year you're trying to gauge everything. You got things you want to do. I know you're kind of late. You might be a little laid back on certain things, but what can Coach see in his? Have you had time to even think about what you might want to do different this year? Are you still, because if you're not ready to answer, hey, I'll come back and y'all answer some other time. But if you want more time, think about it. But what does Coach JB see some things he can change that he feels going to help the team next year from what he's already given, what he can help give more of?
Well, from a personal standpoint, I feel like I can be just a little bit more vocal as far from the coaching ranks, and take a little load off of Coach Lil John's back when it comes to being vocal and talking. From the position standpoint, I feel that I want to have the wide receivers to make sure they understand the situation. Every down is a certain situation, whether you running the football blocking or whether you running a pass route, and getting them to understand the situation side of football will help them whenever they're executing the play, running pass routes, stuff like that, knowing, if it's third and short and I got a 7-yard route, 9 times out of 10, that ball probably going to be coming to me. So I need to make sure that I'm running crisp, precise routes and get open. So once that ball come my way, I can catch it and make a move and go.
I like that, Coach. I would say right now, Coach, you got some, and I'm going to say it, people that have seen it, you got some fleet-footed wide receivers out there, man.
Yes.
And when you talk about situational awareness, man, when all of them get a little more understanding of situational awareness, I ain't got all. It's a sound. I ain't got a word for it. I gotta make noise for it.
I agree.
Boy, because I'm keeping it 100. That last game of the season, man, that every time that wheel got turned, that sun gun was wide open.
Yes.
Every time. I don't care what side of the ball you had, that wheel was willing. Boy, that one time, it wasn't for that sideline catching the feet. We talking about an untouched touchdown. Not even nowhere close to being touched. So, but I would love to see, when you say situational, and I'm be very transparent in the season, great things. But it'd be great to see that wide receiver come down and put that block on that linebacker. It'd be great to see him come down and just, I would say linebacker or that safety is creeping up, trying to run that blitz package, especially your slot right there, picking up and seeing, hey, they coming. So you might need to go ahead and run an under route to potentially stop that and let your outside one pick up hey, we see the blitz. Instead of running this, I'm going to run a slant. You go ahead and cut off that blitz. And our quarterback's got a great pass right here for 5 or 6 yard gain off of stopping a full on blitz package. But that's all about situational football. So I do
Correct.
understand what you say about situational football and helping them understand that. But other than that, man, I think you did a great job this year, Coach. The talent was there for you to coach. And just sometimes we just some things didn't develop to where it got to that point. But man, when I say yo ladies was open 70% of the time, boy, they was open like the library. When nobody reading the book, just gonna give you money. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with development and situation development, and I think that's gonna be the key to next year's growth offensively, is keeping the continuity and everybody understanding situational football and how to take care of the ball in a situation kind of situational football.
That is true.
Yeah, that's
I want to also, now we're talking about coaching and things like that too. In your opinion, for a lot of people out there, who might want to move from maybe a player position to coaching, might be something that they might be interested in. What are the most important skills that you think there are to being a good coach? What do you think are things that are valuable in a coach?
For the most part, I would say being able to understand the player from the player standpoint, and then once they understand the player standpoint, being able to convey that information from a coach's standpoint, if that makes sense. I mean, you got plenty of people who can play the game, but they can't coach the game. Or if they're coaching, they only looking at it from a coach's standpoint. I've learned in my time of coaching, the better coaches being able to relate to players because they understand from the player's point of view, and then they get the players to understand it from the coach's point of view, and you get that what I call that happy medium, where you understand both, and then you go out and do whatever's asked of you to do.
So you think you kind of encourage someone to just play a lot, right? Like, you think someone needs to really be getting a lot of experience on the player side to be able to be a proper coach?
Well, I'm old school, so I believe that if you done played the game and you understand it, the key to it is understanding the game. Once you understand the game and understand what I say, the nuts and the crannies, where somebody's supposed to be and stuff like that, then you can go out and per se have this individual to execute what you need them to execute, because defensively where, let's say, a corner is going to be at if they're playing cover 2 versus cover 3 versus man. And you giving them that information and you help them see that. Okay, from a player standpoint, I try to give 2 examples. When I play, I done this, and this because they done this. Now, sitting back as a coach, I already know this X, Y, Z is going to happen. So you need to make sure you do this right here to put you in position to make a play. That's all that matters. That's all you can ask for. Put them in position to make a play and let the rest take care of itself.
I see. Let me flip that question on its head then. What are some common failings you see in coaches, right? Like, what are some common missteps you might see someone make, maybe when they're just starting out in coaching, or or something about them that you wish could be better? What are aspects of that then?
Okay, I can only talk from my experience. In my experience, some of the worst coaches that I have coached with has I-itis. And what I mean by I-itis is always, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I said do this. I said do this. I've been playing longer this. I've been playing these amount of years. We're going to do it my way. When you have a whole staff there, it's easier for a coach. Well, let me back up. A coaching staff is only good as its weakest coach. So therefore, if you got a coach that don't want to listen to his assistants, then your team won't be as successful as it could be if you give everybody their input. When a coach feel like their input is not being heard, they're gonna leave you on the island by yourself. And I've seen a lot of that during my time of coaching. That comes from the little kid ranks all the way up.
Okay.
You kind of make it sound like, now you make it sound like what it is, right? Is that as much as their players are, on their team, the coaches themselves too are their own team, right? That's kind of
Correct.
the vibe I'm getting there.
Mhm.
Correct. Because the coaches is playing the game within the game.
Yeah.
Our collective heads, is better than one head per se.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting perspective that I feel like not a lot of people talk about too much. I think, especially when it comes to coaches, right? I think when you look at at least when you look at professional sports, right? I feel like there's a lot more emphasis on like the head coach. You don't really hear about anybody else, at least from what I see, right? People don't really talk about the whole staff. It's usually just the head coach, right? They're the ones that we're talking about. There's all the article stuff written about that, right? Never the whole, like all the coaches, the staff as a whole. So that's very interesting to hear.
Oh yeah.
That is true. And when I've had some head coach positions in my time, and the old saying is this: when the team win, it's the head coach gets all the glory. When the team lose, it's the head coach fault. However, behind every good head coach, you have good assistant coaches that supporting and backing that head coach up, carrying out whatever game plan that he has installed or whatever case may be. So your assistants have to be just as knowledgeable as the head coach to make that ship run real smooth.
That is very interesting. That's something I like to see. I definitely like to see more of that in the future, at least look into it more. I think that's a very interesting side of the sport that at least particularly I didn't really consider too much.
He gave you answers most people ain't gonna say. So go drop the mic on that. He dropped the mic on that. He ain't care. He kept it 100. Kept it 100 with that one, boy. Kept it 100. Coach, man, we coming out to the close, man. I want to ask you a couple of things, man. A couple of things on mine. Do you have any situations, any games, any plays, anything that you could say, hey, it's either my top play or my top 3 plays or my top 3 situations, the things that came out and you can say they really stood out for you this season? And I'm gonna say very specifically for your wide receiver core. Give me your number 1 for your receiver core, and give me number 1 for the offense as a whole that might have stood out to you this season when it came to situations, plays, games. What was it for you that made that was that play, or that player right there did exactly what helped us be successful? Would it be a touchdown or not? Would it have been a key possession? Would it have been a turn a 4th down to a 1st down? What stood out for Coach JB?
I have a few. One that stood out was the Atlanta game, where we ran a pass play, and V was going up the side. I think it was double dragging up or something like that, where V ran her wheel up our sideline, and Jada threw the ball, and I'm standing there and I'm watching it, and I'm like, man, only thing she got to do is put her hands up, and I'm thinking the ball was overthrown, and I'm getting ready to catch the ball because it's going out of bounds, and I see red gloves come up, and it was slightly behind her, and she got the ball and took it, let's say 30, 40 yards down the field for a touchdown. When I always preach to my receivers, if the ball is thrown behind you, still try to make a play. And that stood out because she made the play that she needed to make to get to the end zone. The game we played, I want to say Nashville, when Jada knocked the girl's helmet off. I haven't seen too many females run the football and hit somebody and knock their helmet off. I only seen that one time in semi-pro ball, and I done it. I knocked the corner's helmet off. And to see a woman do that, that stood out. Also, the way the offense came together in the second half of the Miami game and drove down the field, and it was just flawless execution that whole second half, and those things right there stood out to me as a coach and made me proud as a coach to see that, yes, when we click on all cylinders, things like that can happen all the time.
Good job, coach. Good job.
Defense showed up every game. Defense showed up. So I just want to say about the defense. Defense got to keep showing up and keep doing what they do.
Big facts. I mean, defense win championships, and the defense definitely this year, like I said, a lot of injuries really played the Tigers this year.
Right.
But the defense kept fighting, even with people not in the right positions, people in their play positions, veterans showing people who never been there what to do, and then the key is those players listening to direction out there in unfamiliar positions and still getting the job done. There's one thing for you to fill in for somebody and not know what's going on, and someone give you direction on how to do it, and then you either A, absorb it, apply it, or B, do your own thing and be left on the island. And to see all those Tigers take instruction and hear it and use it is what kept the defense tight all year round. No matter who was in position, they was doing a job needed to be done. So
yes, sir. Yes. I want to say one more thing before I get out here. I don't want to forget. I want to formally thank Coach Littlejohn for allowing me to come and be a part of this organization, because football is what I do. I mean, this guy is very knowledgeable when it comes to football, and just to think that I remember when he was a little kid, you know, back in the day, to see him now, hey man, I enjoy every minute of coaching with him, as well as Big Steve and Coach BJ.
Man, look, yeah, Coach BJ, Coach Lil John. I played high school ball with Lil John. I was when he got them 1,100 yards that year at fullback. I was in center. He said, "Cuz, better not miss no block." Boy, you imagine playing. Our whole family was playing that team, but I blocked for all my cousins. Mapooney, Jane Lil John. I had James Roberts at defensive end. Lil John was also one of the top linebackers in the state that year. I mean, then BJ, I played semi-pro with BJ. BJ always called me the dirtiest Mexican on the field. That's what he called me, because I was out there knocking people out. Coach Steve Berrier. Hey, I played ball with Steve too in semi-pro. I used to talk junk all the time in high school to y'all at practice. I tell y'all old butt up. You ain't ready. I remember the first time Steve came on that practice field, and I realized that was Steve. He said, "What you gonna say now?" I said, "Nothing." Nothing. I'm glad you beside me. My biggest memory, Steve, and I tell a story, I don't care what it is. We played this game with the goal line. They had everybody stacked up. Steve said, "You get the linebacker, I got the rest." There was two in the gap, one on each side of Steve's shoulder and one stacked on top of him. He told me, "Julio, you get the linebacker." They said, "Where y'all running? You ain't got nowhere to run." Steve said, "Right behind the bread and butter, baby." And I saw him take one hand to each man and push them boys back in the back in the end zone. And I hit that linebacker, and we walked into the end zone right behind the bread and butter. So I just say it was good to see Coach Berry out there, man. Hey, I'll tell you,
sir.
That was my bro right there, man. Look at him right behind the bread. Yeah, man. So, you know, I think if everybody's able to come back and continue to coach this team, and we get some more coaches, I just think the level of knowledge and growth it will be for the overall team, and not so for the coaching staff. But I think you guys did an excellent job this year. You did do an excellent job. The complete coaching staff, from Lil John to all of you guys, and as a whole, I want to say team success was really on the shoulders of you developing your players, you giving your players guidance, you being there to instruct your players, being able to also hear and listen to them when they felt like they had something to say, not dismissing your players, but listen to your players, actually say, okay, I hear, we could try this then. I want to say all those things has made this team successful this year. Well, no matter about what the last game was, it still was a successful year. And may y'all continue to be successful, continue to grow as a team, organization. And, man, all I'm going to say is go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Mm-hmm.
Go Tigers. Well, JB, is anything you want to tell everybody for last words or encouraging word? What you got to say?
Just appreciate you having me on, man. And I'm looking forward to next year and getting more wins on our belt and getting further in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all, man, that's one of the coolest coaches, Coach JB. I call him JB Smooth. You know what I'm saying? You might have seen him on Pootie Tang. He knew I've been a fool since high school. He used to get on me.
Yes, sir.
Julio,
He's expecting it, huh?
So,
yeah.
So it's good for me to be able to see all of y'all that I remember my past with, you know, coming up, growing up, and seeing and y'all look good, man. Y'all aging well, bro. I still think some of y'all
thank you.
Play. Even Steve with that 1 foot, he still go out there and block somebody. I'm gonna let Steve know now. He can still go out there and block somebody. But just thank y'all. You guys directed us a lot, so I'm y'all gonna continue to help the Tigers go in the right direction.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Cam, anything you want to say to Coach before he get up out of him?
That was great and all this show. That was a great interview, great time. Looking forward to seeing you more next season. I'm seeing where the Tigers take us.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Same here. I'm excited for next year already.
All right. Hey, Coach, before you leave, you gotta see this comment. They making sure they coming back for next year. Those Miami Spartans, boy. I said, boy, don't let y'all know. Y'all better put some more wood on top of that shelter. We gonna.
Okay. I don't really talk junk, but I like when a team saying they're gonna be back better and stronger. That way we can prepare, and then where the chips fall, that's whatever it is.
That's where they fall. I like that, Coach. You always professional, always be professional. Even when I'm trying to cut a food, you won't let me. That's Coach JB, man. Thanks, Coach JB. We appreciate it.
All right, man. Yes, sir.
Cam, man, great episode, man. Great interview, bro. I had a good time tonight, man. Anything you want to say to people, man?
Now, as always, guys, make sure you guys are looking at the socials for Carolina Tigers. We're gonna keep posting. You know, we're gonna be here. Hopefully, get my next blog post up here soon. And also, journalists out there, as always, if you guys want to write a story on the Tigers, you can come to me. I'll make sure to get you hooked up with everything you need, and I'll hopefully get you some press kit things and the like as well. But yeah, that's all I got, Julio.
All right, man. You know what it is, man. See y'all next week. Same time, same channel. Like I always say, if you're not laughing, you're not living. Live your life to the fullest. Also, the Crown and Chaos Comedy Tour kicks off on July the 4th. We'll be here in Charlotte, North Carolina. July the 17th, we'll be in Jacksonville, North Carolina. August the 7th, we'll be in Winston-Salem at Simply Sonia's. Go to my page on Instagram, The Real Julio Hennessy. Also, Julio Hennessy on Facebook. Go check out the tour dates. Independent tour. We coming. We're going all over this country. We're starting off a couple states. We're going to Virginia, South Carolina, supposed to be in Indiana soon. So we working, and we need y'all support. Other than that, man, live your life. Be happy. You only got one to live. And don't let nobody stop you from finding your happiness, man. All right? Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Them Tigers, orange, white, and purple. Y'all better take a seat. Carolina Tigers, you know we can't be beat. Hey, say go Tigers. Hey, run up on them, make that play all day. Hey, say go Tigers. Hey, line them up, we'll make them pay. We don't play. Hey, say go Tigers. Hey. Hard hits, big plays, that's our way. Hey, say go Tigers. Hey, Carolina Tigers. You know we gon' slay. Stepping in the jungle, that's a death wish. We tigers on the hunt, coming out the mist. Try to count us out, now we gonna grind. Y'all can move out the way, it's our time to shine. Our claws are out, ain't no holding back. We the new champs here, we're on attack. You want the smoke, well, we're bringing the fire. Wanna feel the heat if that's your desire.